حي على الفلاح.
Today we're diving into Surah Al-Falaq. It's the 113th chapter of the Quran, and while it's short, it is just packed with power. Its whole message is about seeking God's protection from all the different kinds of evil in the world, both the ones we can see and the ones we can't. So to really get what this chapter is all about, we have to see it as more than just a prayer. The source material frames it as a vital defense mechanism, a shield for the most central belief in all of Islam. And the way it's described is through this really powerful metaphor. Imagine that at the very heart of the religion, there's this priceless treasure. And, like any treasure that valuable, it's going to need some serious guardians to protect it from being stolen or corrupted. This right here lays it all out perfectly. On one side, you've got the treasure itself, the absolute foundational belief in one God, monotheism. And then, on the other side, you've got the sentinels standing guard, the last two chapters of the Quran, Surah Al-Falaq and Surah An-Nas. So why does this treasure need such heavy-duty protection? Well, because as the source explains, it has a sworn enemy, a relentless adversary whose entire mission is to snatch it away. And that adversary, of course, is identified as Satan. His number one goal is to pull humanity away from believing in one God and, as the text so vividly puts it, to trap them in the noose of polytheism. Wow. This quote from the Quran really drives home how serious this is. This isn't just some passive disagreement. We're talking about a declared, strategic, all-out assault on the very foundation of faith. Okay, so faced with a challenge like that, the surah gives us the solution. And it's not just a list of things to do. It's a profound call to seek refuge in a very specific, incredibly powerful quality of God. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. The term Rabb al-Falaq is often translated as Lord of the Dawn, because dawn breaks through the night. But the source material shows us it's so much bigger than that. Falaq means to split something open, to bring something forth. It's about the Lord who creates everything by splitting one thing from another. And these examples just make it so clear, don't they? Think about a seed splitting open to sprout a plant, or a mountain breaking apart for a river to flow. Every act of creation is an act of bringing forth. So, when you seek refuge with Rabb al-Falaq, you're going directly to the ultimate source of absolutely everything that exists. The logic here is just inescapable, right? No created thing, whether it seems good or evil, can ever be more powerful than the one who created it. So, it follows that the only real ultimate sanctuary has to be the Creator himself. All right, so now that we know who to turn to for refuge, let's break down the specific evils the surah tells us to seek protection from. You'll see how this all builds on that core idea. The prayer is structured so comprehensively. It starts out really broad, asking for protection from the evil of all creation. Then, it starts to zero in. It gets specific about the hidden dangers that come with the darkness of night. Then the spiritual evils, like sorcery, and it lands on something deeply personal. The evil of envy. But here's the thing. This isn't just a laundry list of scary things. According to the source, the way this is structured makes a profound theological point. It pushes back hard against the idea that the universe is run by two competing forces, one good and one evil. And this illustrates that point beautifully. A lot of old worldviews saw a universe where good and evil had their own separate kingdoms, maybe even their own gods. But Surah Al-Falaq's logic completely refutes that. By telling us to seek refuge from all these different kinds of evil with the one and only creator of everything, it's making a powerful statement. Evil doesn't have its own power source. It's just a misuse of creation. And only the creator has ultimate power over it. So, the surah brings this whole powerful prayer home with a very specific focus on what our source suggests is the root, the foundational evil that so many others grow from: envy. And this connection is just fascinating. The prayer ends with envy, right? Well, think about the great adversary, Satan. What was his original motivation? Envy of mankind's position. And what's his ultimate goal, born out of that envy? To corrupt the core belief in one God, the very treasure this chapter is meant to protect. It just brings the whole thing perfectly full circle. And that leaves us with this final, really provocative thought to chew on. If the last evil mentioned, envy, is actually the one that kicked this whole spiritual conflict off, then seeking protection from it is about so much more than just shielding yourself from somebody else's jealousy. It's about guarding that foundational treasure of faith from the exact same force that has been trying to undermine it from the very beginning.
इमाम मालिक रहमहुल्लाह ताला का कौल है, दुनिया में कोई ऐसा शख्स नहीं है कि जिससे इख्तिलाफ ना हो सके, सवाए आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के।